Let's welcome onto Close Flow for this morning our guest, Dr. Uwemedimo, Essie. You're welcome to Close Flow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. You're welcome. Now, don't let him deceive you with his looks. He may look quite young, but I can tell you he packed so many years into this youthful, very youthful visage. Okay, Doc, let's be serious now. But why would you abandon, your stethoscope to be working, all this NGO business? Why? There's some money in this. What are you?
No, I think first let me say that there is a spectrum when it comes to medical practice. But a lot of people see medical practice only from one lens, that it must be clinical practice, where you deal directly with patients. And in clinical practice, people will tell you about all the very many specialties, surgeons,
physician, orthopedician, gynecologist.
And name it. They are fantastic people. But remember that at best, those doctors can only deal with one person
at a time.
At best. There are those of us who are on the other side of the divide, who deal with subpopulations or populations. Those of us are those ones you refer to as public health physicians. So we are doing complementary work, but we are looking at why is it that, for instance, from the hospital cases of hernias, everybody is coming from a particular area. What is happening?
What in that area?
What is happening there that is making them susceptible to hernias? And then we go and then we begin to do prevention of that thing. And then people say, oh, we went to the hospital, we didn't see you, or you don't practice again. We say, no, we are doing the other thing, because they say prevention
is better than cure.
And it's cheaper. It's more cost effective, more user friendly. So that's the kind of thing we are doing.
I like that. Now, you started Action Health Incorporated.
I co-founded it.
You co-founded it, yes. Okay. Now, the vision to do that, the reason, the conviction, the motivation to do that, how did that didn't come from a clinical interaction, did it?
No, it didn't come. Sometime in 87, 88, there was this family health services project that the Federal Ministry of Health with some partners were running. And it was like a 5-year health program. And one of the key partners then was Family Planning International Assistance. And I had just, as a very young and
energetic
medical doctor, gone to say, look, I can contribute to expanding access to family planning in Nigeria. And what I did was, I did a demonstration by working in some markets in Lagos, Uwemedimo, Oto, Alaya, Biagba, and working with market leaders and women and all of that. And we did a big family planning day in the market. We raised awareness, we provided commodities and all of that. And my wife, who happens to be a media person, invited some of her friends
to join,
to come and witness that event. She didn't come herself to that particular event. And this event was well reported in several newspapers. So the Nigerian director of that agency, when I took all the newspaper reports to him, looked at it and said, wow, this is a good one. Why don't you think through with your wife and start a not-for-profit to promote health, using health education as a tool? And then he gave me a few examples. And that is all the history, and that is what motivated. But the question now was, where do
you get the funding?
No. That was not it. That sounded right, but what will be our niche? We needed to look at which subpopulation
we have to deal with.
Because we couldn't deal with everything. And then we realized then that the issues of the health of adolescents and young people was
totally
not in focus. And we decided that was where we wanted to pitch our tent. And then we then said, what are the issues that young people were contending with?
The critical ones.
Yes. And we did 3 groups. Besides doing the desk review, we convened 3 exploratory meetings.
With young persons.
With young persons, and then with significant adults in their lives. And what the young people told us was that they had problem managing the issues that affected their successful transition into adulthood, that bordered on their sexual and reproductive health, relationships, self-identity, and such issues. And then we now zeroed in. And when we looked at the literature, at that point in time, the literature was focusing on speaking more to issues of unwanted teenage pregnancies. And then our initial road message was say no to teen pregnancy. Say no to teen pregnancy.